Friends, welcome to this Wednesday and our regular quiet reflection time together. I do hope and pray that these times, albeit they're very different, are offering you some opportunities for just that small window to take care of your soul for a little bit. So I thought today we would just do a spiritual exercise together, and it doesn't really have a name. Call it what you like, but it literally is just sitting and listening, sitting with and listening to and for God. And so in a moment I'm going to just offer up literally 10 minutes of quiet, and I'll take responsibility for when that starts and ends. We'll just set ourselves a little alarm to indicate when that time's up. And it really isn't anything other than sitting somewhere quietly and listening for God. So a few points to consider is to make sure that we're sitting comfortably, and as much as possible to sit away from distractions as much as is possible. And as we do this, I can hear people, children jumping up and down upstairs here. So I know that that's not always feasible, but as much as possible to just try and put away as many of the distractions as we can from around us. And then, of course, the other distractions that are likely to come our way during this time are thoughts, things that just come and catch us. So yesterday morning when I sat and did this, I had the washing up come to mind, the laundry come to mind, what we were going to cook for dinner come to mind, all the little things that I'd got to remember to do and phone calls to make, and just kept filtering back into my mind, and it wasn't really much of a quiet space, and I had to work really hard to each time notice those distractions and name them, but then put them down and to come back to the still centre. That was one experience. And then today, this morning, when I sat early for 10 minutes in the garden, my mind was just focused on one thing. And for me, that was I took that as the one thing that God really wanted me to be mindful of and to be thinking about in that shared time. So it's just to say that this 10 minutes, for some of us it will be easy, for others of us it'll be more difficult because the distractions will come. It really isn't a competition. It's not about who can be the stillest and who can hear God speak the most or most profoundly. It really is just offering to God these next 10 minutes to sit and to listen for Him. And it might be that we come to the end of the 10 minutes and we haven't heard anything or we haven't felt anything, but that's okay. And I guess the thing for us to do is just to remember to be mindful of the stillness and the quietness, and to keep bringing ourselves back to that centre. So friends, make sure that we're all sitting comfortably and away from distractions. And if you're used to journaling or making notes about your thoughts and your walk with God, you might want to have your journal at hand. I've got mine here, and it's probably worth not making any notes during the 10 minutes, but just to sit. But then when those 10 minutes are up, I'll give us just an opportunity to write down anything that we feel God might have placed on our hearts. It might just be a word, a person, a situation, and it might be nothing. And if that's the case, then that's okay. And it might be just that we want to record the word nothing on the page, but that doesn't take away from the fact that we've had some quiet time with God. So I'm going to set this alarm now, friends, and I'll let you know when it's going, and then just whatever you want to do, close your eyes, put your head back, put your hands together, however you want to be. I invite you to do that. So here we go, off we go. And friends, that's our 10 minutes up. And I guess begin to come round and bring ourselves back into the room and into the here and the now. I guess for some of us that 10 minutes might have seemed like an age, and for others of us it might have felt like just a moment, a second. My experience is that sometimes it feels like that. I was mindful then that my mind was wandering with the sounds in the house, and there was a bit of work being done, and the bringing myself back to the centre. But let's just have a minute to capture any of those thoughts, words, people, situations that we think God might have placed on our hearts and minds. And let's say if you've got a journal or a notebook or something, you may want to just jot those down for you to revisit later in the day or later in the week, and see if there are connections there. friends, that's it for today. If you've got other things that you want to carry on, journaling, penciling, doodling, then do feel free to carry on after we finish. It's a simple practice that we can do. It might be something that you're familiar with. It might be something that's new to you, and it's something that you can do. You literally need just 10 minutes. Obviously, as it becomes more of a kind of a rhythm of yours, you might find that you want to open up those 10 minutes into further. My experience is that 10 minutes is probably a good time. I think much less than that we might find it more difficult with perhaps when distractions come in. But I think 10 minutes is a good starting place. So I offer that to you. And if you have had words and people and situations come to mind, perhaps you might want to just take that with you into the week and just see if there are other times when God makes that connection for you and once again places that person, place, situation on your hearts. So friends, until we meet again, God bless you and take care.